those competitions, and we have seen one of them actually on the stage in the final startups. We want them to be a startup. We want them to make their own projects or to work in technology companies within Turkey. And we want them to produce the technology, not just consume them. That's why we will continue to support our youth. And in that respect, this project is also something we are very proud of it, to be part of it, because we have the same goals, to increase the technology developers of country. Mr. Keteloğlu pointed a very good point. Our developer numbers right now in Turkey is about 200,000. And this is very low compared to other countries, developed countries. But we have the potential. Turkey has more than 80 million population, and 20% of them are young people. And these young people are between ages of 15 and 29. So this is a huge potential. But we need to increase what we get from this population. That's why, as an NGO, we are always supporting our young generation in terms of technology development, and this project is a good example of a cooperation between government bodies like Ministry of Technology and Industry or Digital Transformation Office, a good corporate technology company like Google, and NGOs like Girvak Entrepreneurship Foundation and Turkey Technology Team Foundation. So this is a good combination of parties, and we all try to make our young people to be interested in this area. Gaming is also another sector that we are good at it. Again, Mr. Keteloğlu pointed that 6% of the game downloads are coming from Turkey. This is a very good example of success stories are inspiring our youth generation. Why we have this success? Because we have some unicorns like Peak Games. So they have a great success story, and they are building an ecosystem when they become successful. That's why we need to increase the successful companies. We need to increase the number of Turkish unicorns, in order to increase the success of our ecosystem. That's why we will continue to support the ecosystem. And I want to share an example. I want to share a success story again from this program. So many of the guests, many of the visitors for 3 days, they may see 3 booths of young people in our area. And one of them is Arta. They are making a game, and they are the graduates of this program. The other one is PAW Games, and the third one is an application, Scrap App. So these 3 successful teams are showcasing their solutions, their games here to the visitors. But what is important and what is good at them, I talked to all of them, and each team actually has a different backgrounded people, different backgrounded students, and some of them students, some of them graduates as well, and some of them are going to university, and some of them are getting legal education, for example, or civil engineering education, but they come together to build an app, to build a game. And this was the first time they come together face to face. So for the last 7 or 6 months, so they are working on their projects. They are getting many trainings like Flutter, like Unity or project management. And what I see from them, so now they have a team, and some of them will become entrepreneurs. Some of them will become startups, and this is very valuable for us, and this is a very valuable output of the program for us. And again, I want to thank Girvak, Google, Ministry and Transformation Office, Digital Transformation Office, for giving us this opportunity to become the part of this project.
Would you like to add something, Mr. Keteloğlu?
That,
Yes.
it's an important point. There was
I believe, if I'm not wrong, 260 projects or business ideas that last year that emerged from this academy. And again, from all different backgrounds. There were engineers, there were teachers, there were architects, so it's very interdisciplinary. So it is, I can't emphasize, this enough, that this, it's going to be critical to bring talent in all these in an interdisciplinary manner for all these businesses, small or large, doesn't matter, to stay competitive in the 21st century economy.
So this program is open for every mind, talented mind, curious mind, for everybody, as we understand. Well, the last century is considered internet century, and this century is considered technology and space century. So, Mr. Gürbüz, your words are so important, Serdar Bey.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your contribution to raise our young people as individuals who produce technology. Our young people are very lucky indeed. Don't you agree?
Yes.
Don't you agree? Our young generation is really extremely lucky. I'm sure that they made good use of this opportunity, which they obtained with their efforts. Now I would like to give the floor to the Ministry of Industry and Technology, National Technology Department, which is one of the leading institutions that play an important role in the digital transformation of our country. I would like to address my next question to Mr. Zekeriya Çoştu, General Manager for National Technology at the Ministry of Industry and Technology. Actually, I have three questions for you, Mr. Çoştu. Zekeriya Bey, the tech sector has taken its place among the rising trends of today. Could you tell us a bit about the other initiatives the ministry offers to bring our young people into the tech industry? This will be my first question. Would you share with us a little bit about your plans for the future of the national technology movement, which we hear a lot, national technology movement, and which is quite important. And my last question will be, since we are here to talk about the academy, what would your advice to be those who may consider applying this year and want to step into this important tech sector?
Should I answer all in one, or
whatever you like?
Okay.
Whatever
Okay.
you like, however you want.
Okay. First of all, I'd like to say that if there is a table around somewhere, someone talks about doing something for developing technology in Turkey, our ministry is always there, okay, to support these efforts. Therefore, we are very glad to, and it's our pleasure to take a seat in this project and give our support to this project. And I'd like to thank all the our partners in this project, for their efforts. I guess there is no need to say that, but I'd like to say once again, because I think it would be a correct way of stepping this topic, the human capital topic. We can mention lots of factors affecting the pace of technological development in Turkey or in general. But the main driver, the main fuel of this development is, of course, definitely human capital. Therefore, as ministry and as our partners, we always highlight that human capital stands at the very heart of the National Technology Initiative. And we are putting huge effort into this topic to fulfill the needs of our fast-growing, fast-moving technology ecosystem in Turkey. By the way, we should remind us that human capital is not just a word to referring just numbers of people. It also refers competencies, motivation, moral values, and more, of course. And therefore, as ministry and as our partners, stakeholders, we have to manage a multidimensional roadmap with a wide range of activities, actually. And again, as I said, as ministry, we are trying to achieve this in Turkey. To mention some our project, maybe let's say, I think that it's very important to touch our young people at very early ages, from their early ages. Because
like 5, 4?
Maybe, not,
Maybe.
why not? Yeah, we are...
With the robotics,
we are,
right?
Yes.
Yes.
We are running projects from that ages, actually. Because we need to direct more people, more talented and educated people to these sectors, to these technology fields, because it will be a long-lasting race, technology race, and we should feed our talent pool continuously and at an increasing rate, actually. Therefore, we should focus on young children at very early ages. We have lots of projects, of course, as ministry and as with our partners. For instance, we initiated Deneyap Türkiye project, in which we completed and opened 100 technologies classes all over the country, all over the 81 cities, to give fully free technology education. Another new project, which is called Teknolojik Tayfa. You may know Rafadan Tayfa.
Yes. We heard about it.
Yeah.
It's a great project, by the way.
Yeah, I think so.
It's a great project.
Yeah, we meet hundreds of thousands of students and their families in person to convey our message, how technology development is important for ourselves and for our country. Okay. For instance, we have Technofest, of course. There is no need to mention in this platform, I think. And I think it won't be a good idea to mention all the projects that we are conducting, we are running for the development of human capital in Turkey. But instead, I'd like to touch briefly another topic. Actually, Mr. Ketenoğlu stole my role in this topic, because I'd like to touch to our national startup strategy that we announced this night, midnight, with a presidential circular, and we published actually during the day, in the day, from our website, the first national startup strategy of Turkey. We published. It's a big day for us, actually. My
great news. Great news. Great news.
We published it. We had some entrepreneurship strategies before, but it's the first one for technology-focused, technology-based entrepreneurship strategy. I'd like to invite all the participants, all the audience, to visit our website, sanayi.go.tr, to maybe analyze our strategy. By the way, as having this chance, I'd like to thank my team for this strategy, because it was a,
it's a teamwork,
yeah,
right? It's definitely a teamwork.
It was a tough work, and despite me, they put real efforts, and they did a good job, I think. Thank you, Damla, and let's have applause for her and her team. Actually, why I am saying this, why am I touching this topic? Because we believe that the future of Turkey lies on that playground, actually, which is technology-based entrepreneurship. Because economic and social value creation will be coming from technology activities, startup activities, and startup ecosystem more and more in the future, in the upcoming years. Therefore, we have this propeller for our Türkiye Yüzyılı. You know,
Yes.
Türkiye Yüzyılı,
Yes.
the century of Turkey, which is a vision announced by our president lately. And there will be a program tomorrow to make it
A
public.
great launchment, yeah.
Tomorrow in Ankara. We need this propeller for Türkiye'nin yüzyılı. Türkiye yüzyılı. In our strategy, we have defined a target of 100,000 startups till 2030. It's a bit, tough target goal maybe, but we think that we can achieve this just only because of this, due to this goal, this target, which is 100,000 startups. I think that this strategy is a strategy for human capital as well. Because in order to achieve these goals, first of all, we have to create a society having and actually praising entrepreneurial mindset at first step. Beyond that, we have to educate our people, young people, to take place in this strategy, actually, in these activities of this strategy. Let's say hundreds of thousands of people will be founders or will be employed in these 100,000 startups, actually, in the for next 7 to 8 years. It's a huge number. Therefore, we need to educate our young people. We need more talented technology experts for this technology. Therefore, as I said, I see this strategy, this startup strategy, as a strategy for human capital as well. Okay, what should I say? Your question, what are, okay.
Do you want me to?
Yeah.
I mean,
Let me sum up this strategy issue.
Okay.
We have, let's say, 30 strategies to be followed. Lots of activities, lots of action plans. It comprises lots of action plans. Therefore, there will be lots of projects in the upcoming years. Let's say within the next 3 years, and we will be giving more opportunities to our young people to educate themselves. Let's say, let's stay with us, with our ministry. Yeah.
Would you like to add something, Mr. Keteloğlu?
Yeah, I would like to, first of all, thank Mr. Zekeriya for emphasizing really not only the skill development or talent development, but he really touched upon a key aspect of the cultural change and the mindset change, which I totally support, because a lot of the change that we all need to actually, as role models, that we're trying to kind of, in the growth of the ecosystem, we're trying to actually grow the role models. And with those role models, then the cultural change really happens. Just to quote a number, in this 2022, the VC investments that I mentioned, 25% was from corporations. Corporation innovations, corporates are also changing their culture. The risk-taking culture, initiative-taking culture, this is so important. So thank you for bringing that up. And also want to congratulate the three winners of the last year's boot camp, really, and we'll probably see them.
Then let me invite them, huh?
Yeah, by the
Mr.
way-
Zekeriya Coştu. You were saying something? Sure,
I'd like
sure.
to say something about your the advice.
Yes,
part.
very
Okay.
important.
All of us, particularly young people, we have dreams, big dreams for the future, of course, for brighter future. I think having brighter future is about investing on the future, okay? Once upon a time, our parents was investing on lands, let's say, far from cities and waiting for, let's say, 30 years to have a prosperous future, right? But today, we should invest on new technologies of future, and invest on ourselves, okay? By learning gaming or blockchain or other technologies, new technologies, technologies of future, but not, let's say, not investing on cryptocurrencies. Okay.
Or metaverse.
And luckily, fortunately, we don't have to wait for, let's say, 30 years to have the results.
Yes.
Maybe it's matter of months, if not weeks, okay? Therefore, I urge my brothers and sisters to apply to get place in such projects like Gaming Academy, like 42 schools, maybe let's name these our projects as well. Let me say this as a last word. They will find our support. We will be backing. We will supporting as ministry and as our partners what they need. Actually, you said you are lucky. They are lucky. We will be backing. We will be supporting them what they need actually.
Well, I would like to thank you, Mr. Joshua, for your kind words and, of course, inspiring words. World is changing, we are changing, and we have a great hope for the future with this young generation. Mr. Joshua, Mr. Keteloğlu, Mr. Gürbüz, Mrs. Aygül, thank you very much for this panel, for this wonderful panel, and thank you for sharing your thoughts with me. Now I'm going to invite the finalists. Please stay with me. Please stay with me. I want to sincerely congratulate the Academy's first-year graduates who worked very hard over a 7-month period and put out more than 260 products after a marathon. I commend the top 14 teams for their recognition and want to invite last year's finalist teams to the stage with their certificates for a photo to preserve this moment.
By the way.
Mr. Kajar,
And Rektör hocamız da geliyor.
hello. I would like to welcome you to Team Artha Games Unity Game Development winner, Team Scarp App Mine Flutter App Development winner, Team Pause Games Jury Special Award winner. Please join me on the stage.
Should we step up?
Come with me. Come with me in front of the stage, please. I would like to repeat once again the last year finalists. Hello. Please stay in front. Team Artha Games Unity Game Development winner. Team Scar App Mine Flutter App Development winner.
Mehran,
Team
şöyle siz-
Pause
siz alayım.
Games Jury Special Award winner. I would like to thank once again all the stakeholders and supporters of the project for leading our young people in this journey of success. I'm sure that our young people will continue to cheer us all by carrying these success stories much further. For sure. With a big applause. Thank you all again for taking time to be here with us today. And see you next year. See you in our third year. Thank you very much and have a great day. Thank you.
Coştu, Serdar Gürbüz, Mehmet Keteloğlu, Mehru Aygül. I'd like to thank you all for this great panel discussion. Appreciate you being here with us today. Now it's time for today's last session and the summit's last session. We're going to talk about tech entrepreneurship journey of Turkey. And now it's my privilege to invite Mr. Mehmet Fatih Kacar, Turkey's Deputy Minister of Industry and Technology to stage. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Deputy Minister. Efendim hoş geldiniz.
I'm checking my presentation first. Herkese merhaba. Esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure for me to be with you at Takeoff Istanbul, the biggest startup event of the region. Let me first thank to our rector of Istanbul Technical University, Professor Koyuncu, and his team for their excellent hospitality of this event. And in its 250 years old history, Istanbul Technical University has always shaped the history of engineering and innovation in our country. For our international guests, welcome to Turkey, welcome to Istanbul. Istanbul is one of the cities that have been the center of trade throughout the history. It continues to hold a special place in the world, and startups, entrepreneurship, they will play a vital role in this. That's why I would like to start my presentation with recent success stories of Turkish startups. Okay. Since 2020, 6 unicorns have emerged from Turkey. Sure, this success caught the attention of media. One of the most impressive titles was written by the Financial Times. It was How Turkey Became the Star of European Tech. First success came from a mobile gaming company. In June 2020, Zynga acquired Peak Games with a valuation of $1.8 billion US. This success was followed by new achievements of Getir, Trendyol, Hepsi Burada, Dream Games, and Insider. Even 2 of them, Getir and Trendyol, have become decacorns. And more importantly, 4 of those 6 unicorns have women founders. These startups and their success show the true power of Turkish startups. We know that dozens of Turkish startups have the potential to become unicorns. By the way, we call them Turkorns. We recognize and analyze their special needs. We will soon launch a new program, Turkorn 100. This program will provide our Turkorn candidates tailor-made and comprehensive support. It will boost their efforts to scale their business and move to international stage. Of course, success of Turkish technology ecosystem did not come overnight. It is the result of long-term planning and forward thinking. In September 2019, we published the Industry and Technology Strategy of Turkey for 2023. It's the 100th anniversary of our republic. In this document, our vision for our country is to turn it into a leading developer and producer of high-tech products. One of the 5 pillars of this strategy is entrepreneurship. The emergence of 10 Turkorns from Turkey by 2023 was one of our major goals for Turkish technology ecosystem. Let me also remind everyone that Turkey had not produced any unicorns when we first set out this goal. However, what we have all seen so far and current momentum of Turkish startups shows us this target will be a modest one for 2023. Now, in order to develop the speed up of startup ecosystem in the country, a new startup-focused roadmap has been prepared by our ministry, the National Startup Strategy. It's shared by the public today. It has been prepared with the contribution and participation of all relevant ecosystem actors. With this strategy, our goal for 2030 is to be in the list of 10 most developed startup ecosystems in the world and to have at least 100,000 startups in Turkey. We also aim to make Istanbul to be one of the 20 startup hubs in the world. It is not a secret that behind all this storm of the global startup economy lays the fourth industrial revolution that has changed how we work, buy, produce, entertain, and think. It creates new opportunities for mankind, but also causes the balance of power among nations to shift. And government authorities across the world are turning their attention to this revolution. Particularly, some developed countries prepare roadmaps and strategies so that their countries can get maximum benefit from disruptive technologies such as AI and 5G. They view the fourth industrial revolution as a chance to regain their competitiveness. At the same time, these nations seek to prevent developing countries from using innovative technologies to take over their production capabilities. We don't think that fourth industrial revolution as a threat to our manufacturing capabilities. Rather, it is the perfect storm for our country to be global high-tech manufacturing powerhouse. That's why Turkey's response to fourth industrial revolution is National Technology Initiative. It is not a cheap imitation of the roadmaps of other countries. It is unique vision which takes Turkey's own advantages, opportunities, as well as threats into account. It is an umbrella term for strategies and projects that will support our global competitiveness, ensure our economic and technological self-sufficiency, provide great leap in critical technologies, increase social welfare, boost high value-added production in the country, and contribute sustainable economic development. How we are going to achieve this target is a question that may come. As a country with limited natural resources, our biggest strength is our young, tech-savvy, and dynamic population. In today's world, young people are the developers of innovative and disruptive technologies, like here in this room. They are also the founders and leaders of many innovative companies. The median age of Turkey is 32, so our population is 10 to 15 years younger than most of the developed countries around. This dynamic population is a leverage for a growth momentum, and this has been reflected in statistics. In the last 20 years, the developed countries of Europe have grown by 1% annually. Even the developing countries of Europe have grown 2 to 3%. On the other hand, thanks to this young and dynamic population in our country, we have achieved an annual growth of over 5%. Ladies and gentlemen, main pillars of Turkey's technology ecosystem are technoparks and R&D centers. They receive extensive incentives from our government, and their numbers are growing day by day. There are more than 90 technoparks in Turkey now, and more than 8,000 companies continue their activities with a focus on R&D and innovation. They completed more than 47,000 R&D projects, and the number of ongoing R&D projects is more than 12,000. And there are more than 1,500 R&D and design centers in private sector supported by our ministry. By 2001, ratio of R&D spending to our GDP was only 0.5%, and the number of R&D people was less than 30,000. Establishment of technoparks and R&D centers, extensive incentives, clearly boosted R&D spending in the country. The share of R&D spending within GDP has been doubled. Of course, we are aware that this level is still not sufficient for us to hit our targets for the future. Some of our competitor countries spend more than 3% of their GDP and to R&D activities, and we have to work tirelessly to increase this level. Another thing I would like to mention here is the composition of R&D spending in Turkey. The share of private sector in R&D spending has been steadily increasing over 20 years. It is the primary source of the spending now. It reflects that our vision for R&D-based production and development has also been shared by the private sector. What is the secret sauce to this success? We think that paradigm shifts in technologies provide tremendous opportunities for countries lagging behind technology. Turkey has achieved this in drones. It has become one of the earliest developers and deployers of this technology. Most developed nations, on the other hand, have focused their attention to developing conventional aircrafts. They prefer to spare tens of years, spend hundreds of billions of dollars. Which one is a better approach is clear, I think, after we have seen in various battlefields. We are now focusing on paradigm shifts in the civilian domains too. As you may know, Turkey is one of the most important global production bases in automobile industry. The sector has a capacity to produce 2 million cars and has an export of $30 billion in a year. But a growing wave of technology-driven megatrends is redefining mobility. As we all know, thanks to the decrease in battery costs, electric cars are coming very fast now. Autonomous cars are coming thanks to the development in sensor technologies, LiDAR technologies, and communication technologies. Also, connected cars are coming very fast, and shared mobility is growing very fast. And we aspire to become a more powerful actor in the age of new mobility. That's why we have decided to produce our own national domestic car, TOG, as an electric car. A car project whose intellectual and industrial property rights belong to Turkey. TOG is not only a domestic car project, we are building the next generation mobility ecosystem rather than just a vehicle. We work very hard for the project, and thankfully, everything goes according to our plans. The rollout ceremony will be on this Saturday, and after some extensive tests, Turkey's domestic car will hit the road in the first half of 2023. Another window of opportunity exists in healthcare technologies. The Human Genome Map project was launched in the 90s. This project lasted close to 10 years. It cost approximately $3 billion US. But now, it's possible to map the human genome in a much shorter time and in a much cheaper fashion. Human genome mapping paved the way for personalized medical applications. In this chart, you see the steady rise of scientific publications containing the term personalized medicine. We expect that the rise of personalized medicine provides tremendous opportunities for startups who will create new technologies in this field. And we aim to host and support some of them in our country. For a very long time, space race was a struggle between two nation-states, the United States and the Soviet Union. However, space industry is rapidly changing. Decline in launching costs transformed this industry. There is an increasing interest in developing and deploying space technologies across the globe. Turkey's activities in space concentrated around satellite technologies. Our space-based resources and capabilities now allow us to develop, test, and manufacture the satellites. However, our bold goals and ideals go far beyond our achievements so far. To maintain presence in the space and its peaceful use for the benefit of whole humanity. That's why our president announced the National Space Program as an outline of Turkey's 10-year strategies, objectives, and projects. We have 10 goals to achieve by 2030. Most complex and demanding one of our targets is the moon mission. We aim to reach the moon with an indigenously manufactured hybrid rocket. This will make Turkey one of the few nations ever landed on moon. Another one of our exciting goals is to send an astronaut, a Turkish citizen, to International Space Station with a scientific experiment mission next year. Realizing every goal of the program will enable the emergence and growth of a Turkish new space startups. The fourth industrial revolution added to the importance of strong communication infrastructures. The increased data transmission speed and capacity, large number of devices becoming connectable, and shorter lag times will enable 5G to trigger new developments in various sectors. Meanwhile, the communication infrastructure requires a critical level of security. That's why TÜBİTAK, the Turkish Scientific and Technological Research Council, supports 20 companies in the country to develop national 5G infrastructure. Our startups, SMEs, and big technology companies, they are all working together for this project. They successfully tested the resulting products, and as we switch to 5G, we are going to deploy them. Turkey is now among a handful of nations capable of developing local goods and services in terms of the 5G infrastructure and applications. I am more than happy to say that not only Turkish companies benefit from Turkey's potential in R&D and innovation. Many multinationals conduct R&D activities in our country. They take advantage of our generous incentive package and our strong human capital and being close to large markets. Some of those global companies are also doing advanced frontier research in Turkey. Successful digital transformation of Turkish industry is one of our strategic goals. We build model factories that bring together industrialists and employees through trainings. We teach them lean production and digital transformation. We have 8 of those centers in Anatolia. By the end of next year, we will open 7 more. We also benefit from international knowledge and experience. Center for the Fourth Industrial Revolution, which we have established recently with the World Economic Forum, also contributes significantly to digital transformation of our manufacturing industry. We have talked a lot about technological capabilities of Turkey, but Turkey is also an important industrial country. In Europe, we are number 1 in production of steel, white goods, and solar panels. If we are talking about startups, we also need to talk about their financing. It is often not possible for a startup to grow with traditional banking instruments and credits. Healthy channels for startup financing are venture capital and angel investment. Before 2021, approximately $100 million of venture investment was made annually in Turkey. However, it has reached about $1.6 billion in 2021, which is more than the sum of the previous 10 years investment. Our ministry and affiliated institutions are today the leading providers of seed financing in the country. We initiated alternative funds and fund-of-fund channels in recent years. Our ministry's Technology and Innovation Fund, TÜBİTAK's Tech Invest TR Fund, IT Valley's Venture Capital Investment Fund, and İSTANBUL Development Agency's Regional Venture Capital Program together created more than $200 million of venture funding for startups in the country. The most significant supporter of seed stage Turkish startups is the government. With big program implemented by TÜBİTAK, we offer capital support of $25,000 to entrepreneurs so that they could commercialize their business ideas. We see that the number of venture capitals and angel networks operating in our country is increasing day by day. This happens thanks to the success of Turkish startups and the funding mechanisms established by our ministry. International investors show great interest in Turkish startups too. Venture capitals across Europe and in the Middle East know and see the true potential of Turkish startups. The most fundamental element in Turkey's R&D and innovation capacity is the country's rapidly growing human resource. We are taking new steps to strengthen our R&D human resources. While 20 years ago, the number of R&D personnel in our country was only almost 30,000. Today, it's over 200,000. We see the impact of the investment in human resources in the number of many different figures. An example can be patent applications. There has been a 20-fold increase in the number of patent applications in the last 20 years. What do we do to increase our human capital more? We set up more than 100 maker labs, DNA hubs, in all cities of the country to train future engineers, entrepreneurs, and technology leaders. We provide them hands-on training programs in areas such as robotics and coding, electronic programming, IoT, software technologies, cybersecurity, design thinking, and artificial intelligence. They are able to develop various projects during this educational process. And we organize Technofest, the world's largest aerospace and technology festival, to make young people around the world reveal their capabilities and skills. Technofest welcomes participants in many areas, ranging from drones to rocket races, underwater robots to autonomous cars, environmental technologies to health. We see that the interest for Technofest has been growing exponentially over the years. This led to Technofest to move to the international arena. This year, we successfully organized Technofest not only in Turkey, but also in our brother country, Azerbaijan. More than 600,000 students from more than 100 countries attended competitions in this year's Technofest. International Fellowships for Outstanding and Young Researchers of TÜBİTAK invites researchers from the best universities, best institutes, and R&D centers in the world to continue their research in Turkey. So far, we supported 190 researchers to conduct research in our country and create research teams here. We hope that many valuable and bright scientists and researchers will continue to come to Turkey. Increasing the number of software developers is another priority of us. Our objective is to reach 500,000 software developers in a very short time. Therefore, we are taking new initiatives. We have established 2 software development academies which embrace the new generation software education model of École 42. We provide free education in those schools to anyone who wants to be a software developer without any pre-education or diploma requirement. Performance and success of Turkish gaming industry is very obvious. 2 of our unicorns are from the gaming industry, and more than 570 Turkish startups work in this field. With the collaboration of our Ministry and Digital Transformation Office, T3 Entrepreneurship Center, Gearvak and Google, we initiated Game and Application Academy. In the previous panel, you were able to listen to the details of this program. We offer here young people a free of charge and comprehensive training program. And this program includes not only technical training in app and game development, but also soft skills trainings. All these efforts will strengthen Turkey's human capital. Sure, one of our main goals in these projects is equality of opportunity. We believe opportunity to develop new technologies should be provided to everyone. Together with our shareholders, we will achieve this dream. We will democratize the technology development not only in Turkey, but all over the world. Technology development should not be at hands of a few companies or countries. It is the fundamental human right of today's world. As I conclude my presentation, I again say welcome to Turkey for our international visitors. Have a nice time here in this beautiful city in Istanbul, and thank you very much. Görüşmek üzere.
Thank you very much, Deputy Minister. Ladies and gentlemen, Mehmet Fatih Kacar, Turkey's Deputy Minister of Industry and Technology. We'd like to thank him for his remarks. As we are coming to the end of Takeoff Istanbul International Startup Summit, I'm just thinking, hasn't it been an incredible 3-day summit? How do you feel about it? During the past 3 days, outstanding people with their success stories and their inspiring experiences were on the stage. They have taken to stage and they talk to you. And here in this building, we brought together startups, around 100 startups, almost 100 startups, both coming from abroad and other parts, other cities across Turkey. They came together with investors, dozens of investors, corporations, and also mentors. They exchanged their ideas, they presented their projects, and we managed to create a networking environment in the startup ecosystem. And it's all thanks to you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being with us. In a moment, we'll continue with our award ceremony. And please do not leave your seats. And I'm going to soon announce our winning startups. It's, as you can imagine, it's a very exciting process, and it's a very hard process as well, because 35 startups yesterday and today, they made their pitches here on the stage, and our judges had a very tough job choosing among who is the best of them, who were the most convincing of them. They tried to impress the judges that their projects, their ideas will brighten the future. And yesterday we had different judges, today we had different judges, and they presented their ideas to select top 3 of Takeoff Istanbul International Startup Summit. And soon we'll be continuing with our award ceremony. And I know many of you are waiting for a moment to come. It will come soon, so bear with us, please bear with us. And let me talk to our organizers to how should we proceed. Is our winning startups ready? Should we continue with the award ceremony? In a moment, we'll hear from the organizers that should we now continue with our award ceremony. And it's the last day of the International Startup Summit, and it's the last session. Usually, if you're joining these kind of events, last sessions are usually the empty ones. But in the opposite, I'm seeing a fabulous audience. You look amazing, and I'd like to get a big applause for yourself this time. In a moment, we'll continue with our award ceremony. We need to do some technical preparations for that. And I'd like to thank once again to our Deputy Minister for being with us, for taking time to be with us today. And let me remind you that today's top 10 startups that made their pitches here on the stage. Okay, today we've seen Uprise Energy. Big applause for Uprise Energy. Transmio also made its pitch today. The other startup that we've seen their presentation was Technobuild. Piveni was another one. Piveni also made its made its presentation here on the stage. And can I please get an applause for Piveni as well, please? Naulungo, Team Naulungo, is it here? They also made their pitches. Move On was another startup who made its pitch here on the stage today. We had Engage here on the stage. DegZ Robotics, they were here on the stage, they presented their ideas. Balkiem was here too, they shared their ideas, they shared their projects. And AlgBio, lastly, they were here too, they also made their pitchings, they also made their presentations. In the meantime, from our audience, if you'd like to say 3 words to describe Takeoff Istanbul International Startup Summit, what would be those 3 words? It can be both in Turkish and English. I can help with translation. Just throw me some words. How do you describe Takeoff Istanbul International Startup Summit? You can just shout out. Words. What? What? Inspirational. Do you agree with inspirational? Any other words come to mind? Sorry? Interesting. Innovative. Good. Innovative. Any other? Words are limitless. And you can be one of the most creative people on earth, so throw your words. Yeah. Sorry? Future. Yeah, future. Yeah, gelecek. Future. Any other? Sorry? Hype. Yeah, great word. Hype. Correct. Do you agree? Hype. I see a hand over there. Yes, please go ahead. Globalism. Yeah, it's like, yeah, startups like globalization, like I think being a startup, I'm not an expert, but being a startup, producing a project that is like, that is globally valid, it should be really hard because you are coming from a country, you have different culture, different language, different traditions, and you need to prove yourself to the world that your project is internationally valid and it can make a difference globally and internationally. So globalization is the right word. Yeah. Sorry? Breathtaking. Yeah, breathtaking. Another from the, like, I can see the... Energetic, yeah, energetic. You were a very dynamic audience. You were a very energetic audience. Thanks for that. It helped me to keep going. Like, it's been a long 3 days. I see a hand over there. Improvement. Yes, improvement. These are all positive words. I'm really glad we're not hearing any negative words. I hope there's no negative words come to mind about the summit. You were saying something, sir. Someone saying something about, from the front row. Mind. Am I getting correct? Mind. Engaging. Yes, engagement is, I think it was the main mission of the summit, engagement. I'm seeing a hand over there. Motivating. So you were motivated to maybe to share your ideas as well, or to improve something or produce something. I see another hand in the front. Was it in the front row? So, sorry, you are so crowded. It's really difficult to. Yes, sir. Fun. Was it fun? I agree. It was fun. Yes, Mr. Deputy Minister. Full of passion. And I agree with you, because when I see our entrepreneurs, especially young entrepreneurs, our young startups, the only thing I can see was a passion, and they were full of passion. And in a moment, we'll be continuing with the award ceremony. I really like to thank you for bearing with me and throwing your words that come to your mind. And I know you've been waiting for this moment to come for a while. And he knew, and he came despite feeling not so well today. And it's now my privilege and also pleasure to invite the chairman of Turkish Technology Team Foundation's Board of Trustees and also chairman of Technofest Board of Directors to the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Selçuk Bayraktar.
few minutes might have been a little confusing. You'd like to know who I was talking to, wouldn't you? I'll tell you what she looks like. You might find it interesting. She's beautiful, rather crude. Always wears a black shirt.
We'd like to thank valuable member of press. Thank you. Teşekkürler. Çok teşekkürler arkadaşlar. Çok teşekkürler. Efendim hoş geldiniz. Geçmiş olsun. Now we'll continue with our award ceremony, and I'd like to invite you to the stage if you can come to say hi and greet our audience. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Turkish Technology Team Foundation's founding chairman and also Teknofest chairman of board of directors to the stage, Selçuk Bayraktar. Hoş geldiniz.
Sayın Rektörüm, sevgili arkadaşlar, hepinizi en içten duygularımla selamlıyorum. Take-off'u ilk gününden itibaren takip ediyorum. Bugün de bir konuşma yapmam planlanmıştı. Maalesef bu salgın nedeniyle ondan da ben nasibimi aldım. Ama böylesine bir ortamı açıkçası bırakmak da istemiyordum. Sizlerle söz verdiğim gibi en azından gelip bir selamlaşmak istedim. Tabii bu yıl Take-off öncekilerinden de daha büyük bir coşkuyla başladı ve o şekilde devam etti, kutlandı. Bir kısmını izleme şansını buldum. Sonrasında da tekrar inşallah yine YouTube yayınlarından takip etmeyi düşünüyorum. Tabii Take-off burada bir anlamda hem dünyanın hem ülkemizin değişim rüzgarını, geleceğini inşa edecek girişimlerin sahneye çıktığı bir platform. Her ne kadar ufak bir girişimken öyle gözükmese de aslında ne kadar önemli bir çekirdeği içinizde barındırdığınızı ben kendi şahsi Baykar'daki serüvenimden de ifade etmek isterim. Her ne kadar belki zorluklarla mücadele etmek, özellikle ufak girişimken ne kadar zor gözükse de aslında onların her biri bir anlamda güç kazanmanıza, geleceğe daha iyi hazırlanmanıza ve içinizdeki o çekirdeğin, değerlerin olgunlaşmasına vesile oluyor. Ve bir taraftan baktığınızda bu serüvenin, işte Baykar'ın serüvenini düşünüyorum. Biz ufacık bir ekiple başladık. Yani 7-8 kişilik bir mühendis ekiple, rahmetli babam, idealist bir mühendis, yine ağabeyim, böyle yola adeta bütün engelleri görmezden gelircesine yola çıktık ki bundan 17-18 sene önce bu alanlarda, yani yüksek teknoloji alanında, işte insansız hava araçlarında Türkiye'den böyle bir girişim çıkar mı dediğinizde zaten insansız hava aracı nedir? İnsanlar onu dahi bilmiyorlardı. Çünkü o dönemde dünyada bile çok yeni bir kavramdı ve onun ötesinde asla bunun çıkabileceğine bir inanç yoktu. Sizlerle bir hatıramı da paylaşmak isterim. Çünkü en güzel hatıralar bu serüvende yolun başlarında oluyor açıkçası. En unutulmaz hatıralar, en derin iz bırakanlar ve bir anlamda o müesseseyi tanımlayan, işte o geleceğin rüzgarını estirecek müesseseyi tanımlayan hatıralar aslında unutulmaz kılıyor yolculuğu ve en güzel tarafları oluyor. Türkiye'nin ilk, burada birkaç tane video getirdim aslında, belki videoları da gösterebilir arkadaşlar hazırsa. ilk insansız hava aracını böyle mini bir uçak tabii, maket uçak gibi bir şey düşündüğünüzde orada önemli olan bunun yazılımları, elektronikleri, onu otomatik bir şekilde uçmasını sağlayan sistemler. Baykar'ın da yaptığı en büyük inovasyon buydu zaten. Ülkemizde yapılmayan ve dünyada da çok az sayıda o dönemde araştırma laboratuvarlarında sadece böyle teknolojilere çalışılıyordu. Tabii biz kendi başımıza böyle yıllarca çalıştık. Sonrasında Savunma Sanayi Başkanlığı bu alanda tabii yurt dışından tedarik ediliyordu bu sistemler. İsrail'den veya Amerika'dan. En ufağından da olsa bir program başlattı. İşte kriterlerini belirlediler. Bir de teknik yarışma açtılar. O yarışmada Baykar bir tek milli ve özgün olarak, milli olarak işte otopilot sistemini yapan da orada başarılı oldu. Sonra da uçağı teslim etme faslı başladı. Yani teknik demoları geçtiniz. Diğerleri dışarılardan, yurt dışından getirmişlerdi teknolojiyi. Ona rağmen uçamadılar. Ama bu sefer başarılı olmak yetmiyor. Bir sonraki adıma geçmek gerekiyor. Hava araçlarını kullanıcının kullanabileceği güvenilirlikte ve emniyette üretmeniz gerekiyor. Her ne kadar ufak da olsa, ufak hava araçları da olsa bunlar içinde bayağı karmaşık teknolojileri barındırıyor. Bundan 20 sene önce de böyle çok bu kadar yaygında değil tabii bu teknolojiyi geliştirme imkanı. Tabii bizim en çok odaklandığımız yer hep uçağın uçuş kontrol sistemi, otomatik uçmasını sağlayan, çünkü en büyük üstünlüğümüz orada, yani dünya çapında üstünlük koyabilme kabiliyetimiz var. İşte ufacık bir uçak, tuşa basıyorsunuz, otomatik uçuyor, bir tuşa basıyorsunuz, dönüp iniyor. Ama şartname isterlerinde bir şey daha var. İşte uçak aynı zamanda paraşütle de inecek. Şimdi onu herhalde hallederiz diye düşünüyoruz ama diğer taraflara daha fazla odaklanıyoruz. İşte teslimata da birkaç ay kalmış. Böyle sabahlara kadar iş yerinde ekip arkadaşlarımızla beraber çalışıyoruz, yatıyoruz. Hatta gecenin köründe, 3'te 4'te denemeler yapıyoruz. Ve bunların bir kısmı da dediğim gibi paraşüt sistemini geliştirmeyle alakalı. İşte bilimsel literatürü tarıyoruz, orada da bir şey yok. Çünkü ufacık bir hava aracı ve onun paraşütüyle kimse, onunla alakalı bir makale, bir yayın da yok. Nasıl açılacak, nasıl işte uçağı emniyetli bir şekilde yere indirecek. Böyle ne zaman deneme yapmaya gitsek, yani düşünün ki birkaç gün üst üste hiç uyumamışsınız, sabahlara kadar uğraşmışsınız, arabanın üstüne uçağa bağlamışsınız, işte paraşüt mekanizmasını deniyorsunuz. O da karmaşık bir mekanizmaydı, böyle bir sekans, yani yaklaşık 1,5 saniyede gerçekleşen, böyle peş peşe gerçekleşmesi gereken olaylar var ve mükemmel bir şekilde gerçekleşirse ancak işte uçak paraşütle iniyor. Her seferinde başarısızlık oluyor. Ve biz acaba yapamayacağız mı bu işi diye düşünüyoruz. Sonra teslimat zamanı yaklaştı. Şimdi teslimat ne demek? Türkiye Cumhuriyeti tarihinde ilk defa milli tasarlanmış bir insansız hava aracı, milli bir hava aracı Türk Silahlı Kuvvetleri'nin envanterine girecek demek. İşte bugün Veci Yurkuş'tan da bahsediyoruz, Nuri Demirağ'dan da bahsediyoruz. İşte onların hikayelerine bakıyorsunuz, asla envantere girebilme şansını yakalayamamışlar. Girmiş olsa belki bugün biz uzay araçlarından sizlere bahsediyor olacaktık. Üstüne koya koya bilgi gelecekti. Böyle bir anlamı var bizler için. Çünkü biz kendi inanç dünyamızda adeta bir bağımsızlık mücadelesi veriyoruz ve tarih açısından da bu yaptığımız işle her ne kadar kimileri o dönemde küçümse de veya olmaz dese de bunu yaparsak işte daha büyüğünü de yaparız. Bugün işte Kızıl Elma'yı da yapıyoruz. İnsansız savaş uçağı ülkemizin ilk. Onlara da adım adım gelebiliriz inancı var ama burada düşersek bir daha kimse de inanmaz. Yani zaten Türkiye'den böyle bir teknolojiye güvenme imkanı hem toplumun çok zor hem de bürokrasinin çok zor. Neyse Malatya'ya gittik. Malatya'da Altay, 2. Ordu'nun Altay kışlasında eğitimler veriyoruz. Yani askere teslimattan önce eğitim veriyorsunuz. İşte yine tabii paraşütle alakalı aksaklıklar devam ediyor. Yani her şey mükemmel çalışıyor neredeyse ama zaman zaman paraşütle inmesi gerekiyor uçağın. O zaman da bazen açmıyor ve uçak sert bir şekilde yere düşüyor. Teslimatın ilk günüydü. Diğer videoyu da açabiliriz. Bir Aralık teslimat videosu var. Onu da açabiliriz. ilk günüydü ve ilk uçuşu. Heyet geldi tabii. Kalabalık bir heyet geliyor. Tabii onlar için de önemli bir ana tanıklık ediyorlar. Yani Türkiye Cumhuriyeti tarihinde ilk defa bir milli tasarım insansız hava aracı ufak da olsa envantere girecek. Silahlı kuvvetlerinin kullanımına girecek. Büyük bir anlamı var. Çok ufak bir proje. Yani o dönemki projelerin ve şu günümüzdeki projelerin arasında da baktığınızda maddi olarak ufacık bir proje. Ama içinde taşıdığı anlam çok büyük. Neyse uçak kalktı. İşte ilk uçuş hatırladığım kadarıyla 1 saatlik bir uçuştu. Zaten hava aracını işte elden atacaksınız. Otomatik bir şekilde kalkacak. Belli kriterleri var. Belli rotalara gidecek. Sonra geri gelecek ve paraşütle inecek. Bazı denemelerde gövde üzerine inmesi gerekiyor. Bazılarında da paraşütle. Şimdi her şey mükemmel bir şekilde gidiyor. Hatta heyet gördüğünde böyle uçakları ve teknolojiyi o dönemde böyle uzay çağı gibi geliyordu insanlara. Yani şunu bile diyenler oluyordu böyle, acaba bunu ne kadar harika bir şey bu işte, hangi ülke yaptı bile diyenler oluyordu böyle. Çünkü bir bilgisayara tuşa basıyorsunuz, ufak bir uçak uçuyor, böyle mucizevi geliyordu insanlara bu. Neyse uçak döndü geldi. Son aşamasına geldik artık, paraşütle inecek. Tabii 1,5 saniyelik bir olay ama bizim kafamızda böyle dakikalar şeklinde cereyan ediyor. Yani o sekans, çünkü işte önce paraşüt servosu açılacak, kapak fırlayacak. Kapak fırlayınca kılavuz paraşüt çıkacak arkaya yayla. Ondan sonra ana paraşütü geriye çekecek, onu çantasından çıkartacak. Bütün bunlar hiçbir yere dolanmadan mükemmel bir şekilde gerçekleşirse uçak işte paraşütünü açıp inecek. Şimdi her şey mükemmel bir şekilde gitmiş. Tam son aşamasında işte biz izliyoruz dediğim gibi uçağı ve 1,5 saniyede gerçekleşse de bizim için böyle dakikalar sürüyor. İşte kapak fırladı, kılavuz paraşüt fırladı, arkaya düştü, çantayı geriye çekti ama ana paraşüt şeyden çıkmadı, çantasından çıkmadı. Şimdi kılavuz paraşüt dediğimiz böyle mendil kadar bir şey. Tamam. Onunla uçak 6 kiloluk da olsa böyle sert bir şekilde geldi yere. Tabii biz o anda tamam dedik herhalde. Bu sefer de biz sebep olduk Türkiye Cumhuriyeti'nin havacılıktaki serüveninin akamete uğramasına. Çünkü Nuri Demirhan bir uçağa düşüyor. Ondan sonra da başına gelmedik kalmıyor ve işte pilot şehit oluyor. Başına gelmedik kalmıyor. O duygularla düşünürken böyle kara kara, özellikle böyle girişim olduğunuzda daha da bir alıngan oluyorsunuz, daha bir kırılgan oluyorsunuz. Çünkü hakikaten kendinizi çok daha zayıf hissediyorsunuz. Bütün sisteme karşı bir mücadele veriyorsanız. Çünkü en nihayetinde yenilik böyle bir şey. Bütün sistemde bir şeyleri yıkmanız gerekiyor ki o yenilik gelsin. Ve çünkü siz çok zayıfsınız. Neyse biz böyle kara kara düşünürken başımız öne düşmüş. Heyetten bir tanesi çok enteresan. Dedi ki uçak dedi işte ufak paraşütle, kılavuz paraşütle inmesine rağmen sağlam gelirse bu artı puan dedi. Şimdi tabii bizde de şimşekler çaktı. Hemen uçağın başına gidilmişti zaten. Uçağın içine baktık, işte birkaç çatlak var falan. Hemen şey yapıldı. Dedik ki tamam bir daha uçuralım, gösterelim uçak. Bütün bu şartlara rağmen işte başarıyla uçarsa bütün heyet anlaştı. Çünkü heyetin de uyum içinde olması gerekiyor. Tamam dediler, bu şartlara rağmen bu uçak tekrar uçabiliyorsa demek ki hakikaten olması gerekenden de çok sağlam bir uçak. Ve işte ondan sonra başarılı bir şekilde bir sorti daha uçtu. Ve o olmaz, en her şeyin bittiğini zannettiğiniz anda bambaşka bir başlangıçla yeniden bu hikaye devam etmiş oldu. Tabii bu gibi hatıralar ancak verdiğiniz mücadele sizin için ve sizin o mücadele karşısındaki büyüklüğünüzle alakalı. O zaman ancak işte öylesine derin izler bırakıyor. Kendinizi her ne kadar ufak görüp inancınızı büyük tutuyorsanız, işte insanlığın faydasına, milletimizin faydasına, bu yaptığınız gayretin onunla harmanlıyorsanız, o inancınız aslında bütün bu yıkmanız gereken duvarlardan, işte alışılagelmiş ezberlerden daha büyük oluyor. Ve bugün Allah'a şükür, ses gitti galiba. Bugün Allah'a şükür ülkemiz kendi sınıfında dünyanın en iyisi diyebileceğimiz, 17 sene sonunda en iyisi diyebileceğimiz, dünyanın da kabulüyle insansız hava araçlarını yapıyor. Teknovest'e 600 bin gencimiz başvuruyor. Yine burada take-off salonunu yüzlerce genç girişimimiz, dünyayı şekillendirecek girişimimiz dolduruyor. Ben inanıyorum ki buradan nice benzer büyük hikayeler çıkacak. O anlamda tekrardan programı düzenleyen arkadaşlarıma teşekkürlerimi ve İTÜ'ye, rektörümüze teşekkürlerimi iletiyorum. Sağ olun, var olun.
Çok teşekkürler. Evet. Burada kalabilirsiniz. Selçuk Bayraktar, ladies and gentlemen. Now we'll continue with our awards ceremony, and to present the awards, let me also invite our Deputy Minister of Turkey's Industry and Technology. Let me also invite Bekir Polat, Deputy President of Investment Office of Turkey's Presidency. Now it's time to announce our winning startups. Are you excited to hear who won? I'm going to start with third place. Third place, third prize goes to, any guesses? Third place goes to Transmio. Üçüncülük ödülü. Üçüncülük ödülü Transmio'ya gidiyor. I'd like to kindly invite Rector of İstanbul Technical University, Professor Dr. İsmail Koyuncu. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us. Thank you, Transmio. Congratulations. And now it's time to announce second place. Any guesses? Second place goes to Algbio. İkincilik ödülünü Algbio kazanıyor. Now it's time for the first prize. The winner of Takeoff Istanbul International Startup Summit. First prize goes to Navlungo. Birincilik ödülünü kazanan Navlungo oldu. Efendim birer adım öne lütfen. Congratulations, Navlungo. Thank you. We also have Istanbul Development Agency Special Prize, and to present the award, I'd like to kindly invite Dr. Erkam Tüzgen to the stage, Secretary General of Istanbul Development Agency. And Istanbul Development Agency Special Prize goes to Pivani.
Amerika'da CES fuarına katılması, onu ilan eder misiniz?
Ödülümüz Amerika'da, efendim sizden ben daha net bir şekilde alalım.
Çalışıyor mikrofon. Ödül Amerika'da.
Duyuyoruz.
Ses, evet. Ödülümüz bu sene, önümüzdeki sene Ocak 2022'deki CES fuarına bir standla katılması olacak. Tebrik ediyoruz.
Congratulations. Now it's time for a family photo. I'd like to invite all our startups to the stage and also all the investors and all corporations for the family picture. Not to... I'd like önce ödül alan 3 startup'ımızı sahneye davet etmek istiyoruz. I'd like to kindly invite top 3 startups of the day to the stage. Transmio, Alkbayan, Navlungov, please come to the stage for the picture. And our winner, Navlungo, also arrived. Congratulations, Takeoff Istanbul granted $45,000 in total to winning startups, to top 3 startups, $45,000, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, congratulations. Now I'd like to invite all the startups to the stage for the family picture, for the family photo. Now it's time. Katılan bütün startuplarımızı, bugün sunum yapan bütün startuplarımızı sahneye davet ediyorum aile fotoğrafı için. Yani gelebilirler tabii ki. Herkes. I'd like to invite Turkish Technology Team Foundation board members and also Turkish Technology Team Foundation Startup Center members to the stage for the family photo as well. you, everyone. This brought us to the end of Takeoff Istanbul International Startup Summit. You were fabulous. You were great. Thanks for being with us, and see you next year.
We're cutting off our live broadcast because we're joined by a very special guest, the Deputy Minister of Industry and Technology of Turkey, Mehmet Fatih Kaçır. Mr. Kaçır, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much. Welcome.
If I could ask you, what does a summit, an entrepreneurship summit like Takeoff mean to investors and entrepreneurs, and how does it benefit them and the ecosystem of Turkey?
For the last 5 years, we have been organizing the biggest aerospace and technology festival, Teknofest, in Turkey, and Takeoff is one of the core events under the umbrella of Teknofest. In Takeoff, we are inviting startups, investors from all over the world to come here to see the potential in Turkey and especially in Istanbul, because we have already built a huge infrastructure for startups here. There are many technoparks. The number of technoparks has reached more than 90 now in the country, and more than 8,000 companies are making R&D and innovation in those technoparks already, and getting our supports, our grants from our ministry and other institutions, other related institutions in the country. Plus, we have 1,500 R&D and design centers in private sector. Also, they are getting our supports, our ministry's supports and tax incentives. And we want all startups and investors see this potential in this country and direct their works, their research activities, their startup teams to Istanbul, because Istanbul has been one of the main cities in the world in economic terms, and now in startup economy, Istanbul should be again one of the most assertive cities in the world. And with this infrastructure, we think that the events like Takeoff would help to the role of this beautiful city.
So I saw you walking around all these startup projects here and chatting with a little bit of the people over there. What would your advice be to them? What would you like to see from them, and how would you like to see them benefit the country and pursue their projects?
Actually, the startup economy is very competitive now. Everybody in the world is trying to find something new. But the most important thing is, I think, to build right teams with different kind of capabilities in the teams. And I saw many successful startups here from many different countries and also from Turkey. And especially startups building the right teams and focusing on paradigm shifts in technology, I think they will be more successful than the others in the future.
Thank you for your time, Mr. Kaçır.
Thank you very much.
That's all we have for now. Stick around, stay tuned. we're out of the closing ceremony and the winners have been announced. We're here with our first place winner, Alp Çiçekdağ, the co-founder of Navlungo. Mr. Çiçekdağ, how are you feeling right now?
I'm so excited. It was a pleasure being here 3 days, being in such a nice environment with a lot of networking, and then afterwards going step by step. And then after that, I was hoping that we will be one of the 10 companies to be able to present at the last day, but being the winner, it's really happy and exhilarating.
Oh, so it was a surprise for you too. You weren't expecting to win.
I mean, there were so many great companies doing so many diverse things. I mean, it's so good to see our region and Turkish startups are doing great things, so it's hard to know.
Well, I'm sure the cash money is a great prize. But aside from that, what did this event bring you? How was the experience for you?
I think that's definitely adds to our recognition because especially when you're a startup and when you start to work with also larger B2B companies, these type of credentials and validations are important for us. So and it's good. And also just here, the networking over here was very useful for us.
Well, more power to you and congratulations again. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. We'll be back with our second and third prize contestants, so stay tuned. Aljibayo. We're here with our second prize winner, Selen Şenal, the founder of Aljibayo. Selen, how are you feeling today?
Actually, we are so excited to win the second place award. Actually, we are waiting to win something because we are much more sustainable company in here. We are creating waste to produce carbon negative biofuels. So we are happy to be here and glad to be won this second prize.
I'm sure the cash money is going to go a long way, and it must be a great prize and a great feeling. But what did this summit bring you, experience-wise? What has it added to you?
Actually, we met too many partners in here, like corporates, ventures, accelerators, hubs. So they always feedback our projects and our business. So we learned too much things from them. We also learned too much things about the founders, about the business from them. So really helpful for us.
So more things for you to keep improving your project and yourselves.
Exactly, yes.
Well, congratulations again, and more power to you.
Thanks.
We'll be back with our third prize winner, so stay tuned shortly. And lastly, we're here with our third prize winner, Safil Sanni, the founder of Transmio. Safil, how are you feeling after you won this third place?
It was a really great experience, and I'm really happy that we got the third prize here.
What are you planning on doing with this money?
So definitely we will be incorporating for the new product development. We will accommodate that money in that.
Well, I'm sure that's going to go a long way, and the money must feel great. But what has this experience added to you? What have you taken from this summit?
Yeah, actually the thing is like the exhibiting opportunity is very great because we closely work with the oil and gas industry and protecting the pipeline. So we work closely with that. There are a lot of opportunities here in Turkey that we can be part of, and especially also the defense, airport border security, that is also we concentrating more on. So it's a good opportunity for us to present here. So Takeoff given an opportunity to present our company here, get good contacts, etc. Thank you.
Well, congratulations again, and best of luck to you in your future endeavors.
Thank you.
We look forward to seeing you again here.
Thank you.
That's the last of our prize winners. Thank you for sticking with us. We'll see you next time.